สวัสดีค่ะ everyone
สวัสดีครับท่านอาจารย์และทุกท่าน
Nam hasn't come back. It's a good opportunity for you, Nam.
During my university study, I'm trying to integrate psychology and the Buddha's teaching. And so I have researched many materials that try to integrate these two fields all together. After some time trying to integrate these two, I give up because I feel like that the integration will lead to a decrease in the subtleness and the truth in the Buddha's teaching.
Yes, I think I appreciate your comments and I agree with the conclusion you came to. And one of the reasons why it would be difficult, if not impossible, to integrate the two is that they have different goals and objectives. So the goal of psychology is to understand the workings of the mind, as I understand it, the way the mind works. Whereas the goal of their Buddhist teaching is to understand the nature of life at the present moment, and with the ultimate goal of overcoming the unsatisfactoriness that life necessarily involves. That is to say, by bringing to the point where death is not followed by rebirth. Whereas the goal of psychology is to understand the mind to the extent that it is possible to help people to have less disturbance of the mind, shall we say. This might be just a populist idea of psychology. Sarah's the expert, she can comment more in a minute, but the goal of psychology is to bring about a change in the subject's state of mind to make life easier for them. That's not the goal of the study of Dhamma at all. Thanks.
Yes, I think the main distinction is Dhamma, the Buddha's teachings, is the study, the understanding of realities, of Dhammas, whereas psychology and any scientific subject study is the study of concepts. It's not the study of realities. So it can never lead to an understanding of the truth. But there can be practical applications. There are many practical applications. But just like for medical science or physical science, many practical applications, but none of these subjects can ever lead to an understanding of the truth now. So they will use many similar words or concepts like memory and feeling and so on and so on. But there will never be any understanding of the reality of memory or the reality of feeling. And as Jonathan says, the aim is different. So, for example, if someone comes and talks about the pressure and the stress they're under, there will be applications and methods and processes to deal with it, but no understanding of what the reality is and the causes. And it's still the idea of doing something, following procedures, following steps, finding remedies. It's not the getting to the truth of the problem here and now. So when I've worked as a psychologist, and I actually follow what I have to do, but as far as I'm concerned, all the help I give is from my understanding of Buddhism, because it's only from the Dhamma that one really understands what is beneficial and helpful in life. But one doesn't have to use Buddhist terminology. One doesn't have to use Pali terms. But from my point of view. That is what I'm sharing anytime with anyone. So it's good that you appreciate the great value of the Dharma here and now, the understanding of the truth now. And I'm sure Ajahn will be glad to talk to you as well now.
So, what is there now all around? The psychology or what? The truth can be known because it has to be right now as it is. Otherwise, no understanding of anything at all if it's not there right now. Is it true? So now, no matter one studied the subject or any subject, is there any understanding of the truth of each moment as it is right now? So understand the difference. No teachers, no professor or anyone, the psychologist or anyone, can there be the understanding of the truth of what is there right now? So what is meant by a moment in psychology? Is there any moment? See, nothing can compare to the understanding of the truth that can be realized little by little, stage by stage. For example, now, is there anything now? And what is the truth of it? Is there someone here or many things around? What subject can answer the truth of one moment, no matter where and when? See, what is the real precious understanding? Any subject or what is there right now? The hidden truth, the very subtle truth, unknown even is there now. But learn to be true to the truth of the words of the enlightened one after his enlightenment. What is there now does not appear as it is, so true. Can any subject explain about this? Little by little, to be true to the truth. What is there this moment? There must be a moment. But now, a moment of what? See, no matter how long the study of any subject keep on and on and on, no understanding of what is there right now. As it is, one reality at a time is different from other. Is it real? Is it true? Is it beyond any subject? Only the words of truth taught by the enlightened one after his enlightenment. What is there now does not appear as it is. Is it true? So what appears now not as it is? See, begin to understand, to consider carefully what is true and what is not true, what is right and what is wrong. What about whatever is there now appearing does not appear as it is? What does it mean? Is it true? Can the psychologist answer? So learn to be the one who listens carefully and understand what is true and what is not true, and what is the ultimate truth. Never be changed at all. So begin to find out, to consider, to develop the understanding of the truth of life. In each moment is there. Different ones. Never be the same. How come? Why not? The understanding of the truth is there. So how come to have such understanding? Listen carefully, beginning from right now. What is there right now? For everyone to answer, to study, to begin to study carefully, consider it again and again. What is there right now? Is there anything or nothing at all? This is the moment of beginning to understand the truth, the ultimate truth, enlightened by only the one, the Samma Sambuddha, great understanding beyond anyone in the universes, not just only in this world. But if there's no hearing about the truth of this moment at all, everyone is in darkness of ignorance. Even what is there appearing, no understanding of the ultimate truth of that reality, which appears but not as it is. If there's no enlightenment, people think, everyone think, it's real, it's red, it's light, it's sweet, it's hard, so real. But what is it? And is that the world? Are we living in the world? Yes or no? The answer can be yes or no. But what is the world? Not just say yes or no, but what does it mean? Without the ultimate reality, there cannot be any word, no convention, understanding as this subject or that subject at all. So, what is the moment of birth up to now? The moment of birth gone? What is there can be studied. So, what are there today from moment to moment? See, very simple question. What are there today from morning up to now and right now? The seeing sees, so no change. The seeing, not you, not a cat, not a dog, only the seeing sees. So, what is the reality of seeing that it sees? Is it that which is seen or different? Seeing sees what? What is seen? Is it real? Is it a reality which is seen? Be true to the truth. There must be that which is seen by seeing. And seeing sees only that which is seen. Begin to be truthful to the truth. So there must be firm understanding. Whatever is real, it can be realized. Otherwise, it's useless to talk about it, to think about it. It's just thinking. So, what is the nature of seeing? What is the nature of that which is seen? The true nature of seeing and the true nature of that which is seen. They are different, aren't they? So, what is the difference? What is Dhamma? Dhamma means whatever is real. It has its characteristic. To be known that it's so real, it cannot be changed at all. So the seeing experience that which is seen, and that which is seen cannot experience anything. What is Dhamma? Whatever is real, in Pali term, it is Dhamma. But in other language, it's real. Whatever is real because it has its own characteristic. To be known as it is, a reality. So the reality which arises and experiences the object is real, Dhamma, right? In Pali. So whatever arises, no matter it experiences the object or not, or the object or the reality which arises but cannot experience, both are real, but different kinds of reality. So whatever is real in Dhamma, in Another language in Pali, it is Dhamma. Is there you, or a cup, or a pen? Is a pen real?
They are not real.
Why not?
So they are not reality that arises, but they are just constructs.
At moment of touching what you take for a pen, what is there real?
The reality there would be the touching and like the hotness or the softness or hotness or coldness.
So there's no you at moment of touching. There's no pen at moment of touching. And in life, there are moments of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and thinking. Are they permanent?
The seeing is not permanent.
Why not?
Because the seeing arises and then disappears immediately, and it does not last.
Is seeing now lasting or permanent?
It's not permanent.
Why not?
Merely.
Can anything arise without conditions for its arising? Just out of the blue? Possible or impossible? That's why, be true to the truth. There must be conditions even for seeing right now to arise. For example, without the eye, there can never be seeing. Without that which impinges on the eye, seeing cannot see anything at all. It cannot arise to see at all. That's why whatever arises is conditioned to arise. So as soon as it has risen, it falls away instantly. Because the conditions just condition it to arise. So as soon as it has risen, it's gone. Because the conditions condition it to arise. So as soon as it has risen, no condition to stay on, to last. So it's gone instantly. This is the beginning to understand what is meant by enlightenment. Enlightenment to the truth. What is there does not appear as it is, because each moment is conditioned to arise. So it falls away instantly. Just one moment cannot be known. That's why now there are so many moments of seeing, to know that there is seeing and there is that which is seen. Learn to understand the hidden truth in life from moment to moment, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, and all other realities like attachment, aversion, and so on. All are real, but they are different ones, conditioned by different conditions, just arise and falls away in split seconds. That's why we learn to understand. Each moment cannot be the other moment, cannot be the same, different by conditions. Is this life? So keep on considering the very subtle reality each moment. When we talk about just one reality, it does not appear as it is. And there can be the moment of realization to the truth of it, but not from the very beginning. But the more confidence of the truth, it's getting closer and closer to the truth, deeper and deeper, more subtle, until the truth appears as it is. So what level is now of understanding? Ariya Satya, 3 rounds, see? Begin to consider each word carefully to understand the truth of it, not mixed with one's own words or understanding.
Yes, I think it's better to approach the Dhamma, the Abhidhamma, as like a totally different subject rather than try to amalgamate them together. This is what I found. Better just to consider the Dhamma fresh And for me, all the questions I ever had, the reasons why I studied psychology, all the questions I had about different habits and interests and ways of thinking and differences between identical twins and character and all the rest of it, there's no real answer in psychology, but all the answers are given through studying the Dharma to all the questions that I had ever had. Because even the first birth moment, the Patisandhi Citta, all the past habits and accumulations have been accumulated. So there's no reason why identical twins at birth should be any more alike in character than anyone else. And it's so the whole way of approaching chittas, chaitasikas, and rupas, and the causes and conditions, lifetime after lifetime, karma bringing its result, other conditions conditioning different karmas. It provides all the answers to any question one has ever considered or reflected on. So it's so deep, and the Buddha's understanding can never be overestimated. It's so the omniscient wisdom to understand all the details of life is so very, very extraordinary. So this is why any scientific or psychological or philosophical study can never come close to understanding the truth as taught by the Buddha.
Yes, as you say, Nam, the same terms can have different meanings in a different context. So in the context of psychology, mind means one thing. In the context of the Dhamma, it has a completely different meaning. Sometimes it's one gets used to the discussion in one context more than the other. So one tends to think in those terms. But as you recognize, it's necessary to keep the two bodies of knowledge separate. Otherwise, it leads to confusion. And it's not possible actually to reconcile them. So psychology has its use, its value. We do not disparage it just because we think that it doesn't deal with the ultimate truth. It can be helpful in a conventional way for people. So, but it is not the same as coming to understand the ultimate realities of life and leads to a different outcome. Anyway, thank you very much, Nam, for joining today and sharing your views with us. And it's nice to see you back. Thank you.
Chan, please. Are you about to say something?
I'm going to say, in truth, I'm much older than 100 years. Is that true? Years and years.
Aeons and aeons. But no, Ajahn, just different dharmas arising and falling away, citta after citta for aeons and aeons.
So now, there's no doubt about Dharma at all. As soon as one heard about the term about Dharma, no doubt about what is Dharma, what is it. No matter what is real is Dharma, but Dharmas are different. The reality which experiences the object has to experience the object as soon as it has arisen by condition to experience the object. No one can change the way Dharma is. And the reality which cannot experience any object. But it is a Dhamma, like hardness is real, sound is real. So when we talk about Dhamma, there are two main different kinds. One cannot experience the object, the other experience the object. And there must be conditions for whatever arises as it is. The sound cannot condition visible object to be seen or what is there. And seeing cannot hear the sound. Different conditions. So the eye is different from the ear. What is Dhamma? The eye is not the ear. The eye is the eye and the ear is the ear. What is Dhamma? What is real? What is a reality? The eyes or the ears or the sound or the sight. What is Dhamma? So whatever is real, no matter what, is Dhamma. And Dhamma has its own characteristic to be known as it's only that kind of Dhamma. For example, seeing has to be just seeing. It cannot be like or dislike at all. Because the reality which is conditioned just to experience that which is seen, and that object has to impinge on the eye base. And there must be conditions to see the object which impinge on the eye base, whether it is pleasant or unpleasant, by conditions, by another condition. Because sometimes the pleasant object is seen, and sometimes the unpleasant object is seen, different by conditions. Why not always pleasant? Why not always unpleasant? Each moment, whatever is real, is conditioned by different conditions. That's why there are whatever is real is a condition for the other to arise. For example, the eye base, see, condition what to arise? The eye of the special rupa, which is the only one reality, that what is seen now can impinge on that particular of reality. What we say, the eye base or the eye sense. No matter what is there, it has to be one or the other. The reality which experiences the object and the one which cannot experience anything at all, like hardness and softness, is Dhamma which cannot experience anything. That's why we have two different words. The one which experiences the object. Buddha used the term Nama Dhamma, Nama Dhamma, and the one which arises but cannot experience anything. It has its characteristic condition to be hard or soft, smell or taste. The reality which cannot experience the object is Rupa Dhamma. So from Dhamma, there are two different kinds. One experiences the object is what we say, or Buddha said, Nama Dhamma, and the one which does not experience the object is Rupa Dhamma. So now we learn to understand the truth little by little, and some words little by little, from one to one, like Dhamma, whatever is real, no matter what, it has its characteristic to be known that it's real. Sweetness, say, and hot, cold, soft, hard, different ones. It's so real, so it's Dhamma. But there are two different kinds of Dhamma. One which experiences is the Nama Dhamma, and the one which does not experience anything is Rupa Dhamma. So all are Dhammas, and Buddha said, all Dhammas are anatta, not anything or anyone at all. Hardness is hard. It cannot be a glass, a fork, a spoon, an arm or leg or anything at all. Hardness has its own characteristic, just its condition to be hard. Is it true? Does anyone have hardness?
No.
No one, because it cannot belong to anyone, because it's conditioned just to arise and falls away instantly, from nothing to be something and then nothing again. That which has risen, fallen away instantly, falling away, passed away completely, never to arise again, not just today or tomorrow, but in samsara. What has risen now, fallen away instantly, never to arise again. Is it true? What is there at moment of birth? What is birth? Is it real? What is there? Is it real or not real? No birth at all. There must be birth, right? But what is birth? This is the way to consider carefully again and again and again, to have confidence of the truth of Dhamma, not anyone, not anything at all. But it's there, so real.
Anh Giao có định nói gì không anh Giao?
Anh chị muốn nói vài câu với bé Nam.
Dạ vâng, mời anh ạ.
Yes, I just say a bit about Nam. I said that he grows so fast, and I'm so happy to see him come back to studying Dhamma again after absent a long time. Congratulations. If I may remind him, I would say that he should only study to understand the reality under the guidance of Ajahn Sujin and other teachers like Hun Sara and Hun Jonathan, etc. And Nam, you shouldn't try to compare or correlate psychology with the Buddha teaching on ultimate truth. Now that's, I just want to say to Nam like this. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
And Giao, I just want to say very briefly, I always appreciate your very sincere sharing of Dhamma with the others. It comes from a base of what I read as so much confidence in the Dhamma, and it's truly uplifting to listen to you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And one can see that if there is quite firm understanding and firm confidence, sooner or later, even if for many reasons it's not possible to join the discussions, sooner or later, the person, like in this case, Nam, will return for sure. So, as I said to Tam, I know he will be back, yes. Sometimes it's not easy for young people. They have to consider the wishes of family members and other factors, but one can still study and develop understanding in one's own way. But it is so very useful to discuss and question and share, like now, to learn about chittas arising and falling away by different conditions from the very first moment of life, so that the confidence is stronger and firmer that there are only ever chittas from birth to death. And what we call the conventional death, the end of this life, it is just conventional. It's just another moment, another chitta arising and falling away, followed by the next chitta. So actually, in truth, there is death at each moment, momentary death at every moment, because each chitta arises and falls away by different conditions. Now, just like at the end of life.
What is Dhamma now? See, just a reminder how much understanding of Dhamma is.
Very little, Ajahn.
Yeah, so that's why we can begin to have discussion or talk on Dhamma by what is Dhamma now? See, come back to think, to consider, to understand Dhamma a little more. Anytime, any situation, what is Dhamma?
And also, if she says she is interested in bhavana, is there any bhavana now? Can there be bhavana now? What is bhavana? Does one have to wait until one's in a quiet place with one's eyes closed? But what about now? Can there be any bhavana now? Is there any understanding now? What can it understand? So, as Jan said, what about this moment?
Thank you.
So the idea of I cannot condition any understanding at all. That's why Is there Dhamma now?
Yes,
What is it?
thinking. They are thinking now, Ajahn.
And what before thinking?
Before thinking is seeing, hearing, smelling, or touching.
When there is the question about what is there now, there cannot be instant answer, right?
Yeah.
Even Dhamma is there right then, but no thought about it. That's why each question can condition a little more considering about the truth, little by little, because ignorance has been accumulated for how long? Years and years ago. Up till now, no understanding what is that as it is, seeing right now, hearing right now, all gone, without any idea or even thinking about it at all. That's why without the question, what is Dhamma now? Is that Dhamma now? It just begin to consider how less or how much understanding of this moment. Because if we talk about other things and no understanding at all, great patience to understand those moments as Dhamma, not I. Beginning to understand why it needs the patient parami. Because no matter what is there right now, it can be realized, but not by talking about it only, but to have a little more letting go, how deep it is, how subtle it is. For example, today there is seeing many uncountable moments of seeing, no thought about it, no even thinking about it. So how can it be realized? That's why when we talk about the truth right now, it's moment of developing, careful, considering, attending little by little, not to forget about seeing, because in life, if there's no understanding of seeing right now naturally, there can never be moment of sotapanna at all. And anyone who tries to practice just want to experience the object to attain the sotapanna, see, to be sotapanna. How come? What is sotapanna? No understanding of this moment as it is at all. That's why learn to understand how deep the understanding of that which is there has to develop little by little to understand that what is seen is not as it is, and the seeing is not attained yet. Even we talk about it a lot today, seeing, but the seeing is not the object of attention yet. So when will there be the realization of seeing as a reality which experiences the object? That's why just not forget that whatever is there real, and it has to be one of the truth, whether it is the one which experiences the object by attachment, aversion, or attention, or feeling, or memory, all are there in life, even right now or any time. But if we don't talk about it, it's forgotten. So why do we talk it about the truth of it again and again? Because it's just only conventional understanding, intellectual understanding. But the truth can be realized, but without the firm confidence of the first round that it's there, and great patience not to try by the idea of self deeply. I'm trying, I'm wishing, I'm wanting to attend to even that object. Even to attain is wrong. That's why I have great patience to let go. The clinging to the I try so hard to understand this and that by way of practicing. But as long as this moment is not known as it is, there can never be a moment of the reality appear well, because together of at this moment and that moment all come at once like in a moment of seeing and hearing together. How come it's wrong? It cannot be seeing and hearing together at all. That's why great patience is to understand a little more. And Dharma works its way. And right understanding develops its own way. Nobody at all, no matter how much one try to experience it by way of sitting, concentrating, developing, as long as it is just right now, by conditions. As Buddha said, all dhammas are anatta. So great patience not to do anything, but understanding little by little in words from the very beginning until it's not the word, but it's the truth. See, it's not the word, it's a moment of experiencing now that which is seen, but usually there is attention to that which is seen, no attention to the seeing at all, until, see, there are conditions enough to condition moment of beginning to attend to the reality which experience, not that which is experienced, but the one which experiences what is seen or what is there, hearing, smelling, tasting, the reality which no one thing about it at all. Just think about that which is experienced, the sound, the smell, the taste, softness and hardness, and the story, the object of thinking, and so on. But what about from birth? It's there, never stop by conditions. Just arise and falls away, condition the next one, condition the next one, on and on and on. Unknown at all, as it's there in life. Sometimes there can be attachment and sometimes there can be aversion, but that which experience has to be there every moment. See, no thought about it. That's why it has to be Chitta Nupassana Satipatthana. And even we talk about any reality like sati or attachment or aversion, the truth of it does not appear as just a reality which experiences the object by way of attachment or aversion, but not as a chief of experiencing that object. That's why now the understanding gradually developed to be conditioned for the second round, instant understanding directly of an object by them. The reality, the characteristic of sati is known because it is aware of an object with understanding from the first round. Intellectual understanding strong enough to let go. No thought, no expect at all. Not by sitting, concentrating, expecting. No understanding of the truth of what is there. So only the understanding which is so carefully, wisely to understand the subtle truth, the hidden truth, that is a function of Cetasikas and Chitta. It's the function of right understanding to understand a little more, and the function of attention to be wiser and wiser to understand the truth. So gradually, no one there at all. Great patience not to do anything and to understand when it's there, still the subtle attachment. Otherwise, attachment cannot be eradicated when it arises with wrong understanding. Different degrees, on and on. Be true to the truth, which is so very subtle. And it's time again now. Sawadee everyone.
สวัสดีครับท่านอาจารย์
Sawadee-ka, Thank you
อ
very
นุโม
much.
ทนาค่ะท่าน